All right, I'm going to do a little demo here to show how I use the perfect Pairs Headpin tool to make evenly sized, well-matched headpins. And I've got my camera in a jig to hold it over where the tool is going to be used, so you won't be able to see me melting the glass, but I think you know how to do that. You'll see what glass I've added as I bring it down to use the tool. So I'm making a little gather on the end of a rod and preheating the tip of my headpin wire. This is stainless steel wire that I'm using today, 22 gauge. And I'm just putting a little bit on there to kind of get the process started. You can see it's not a lot. It's smaller than the cavity on the tool. And I'm going to take, I can use either a brass paddle marver or a graphite one. And I'm going to use it to put it in the cavity and just pet it into place. And you'll see a little bit went over the edge, but that's okay. I'm going to melt that in, and I'm going to gradually build up to the size I need to make a headpin that's the same size as the cavity in the tool. The key here is to go slowly, bit by bit, adding more glass as you need it to build up to the size headpin that you want to make. It's not going to be a one-shot deal. And if you've used presses a lot, you know this is the case with a lot of presses. You just don't do it in one fell swoop. So right now I had a little bit insufficient glass up near the top, and I'm just adding more there. And now I'm going to begin to build the length of the headpin, and before you know it, it will be done. So the part that I started with is not completely hot. It's not actually hot at all right now, and I'm working on the end at the bottom, so I achieved a little extra length there. All right, so it got a little stuck, but it came out, as you can see. I'm going to add some more on the end. And sorry, I'm working alone, or I'd be able to show you all the steps, you know, the melting on camera as well, but like I said, you know how to do that, and it's not a big deal. So I'm putting it in there. Petting it is the phrase I like to use, down towards the bottom of the mold. And I think I'm going to add just one more little bit of glass. I'm trying to keep it a little smaller than the size of the cavity in the tool. Cut that into shape, and it's pretty much there. I'm going to smooth out the texture a little bit in the flame, fire polish it. And one thing to note, you don't need to make your headpins as big as the cavities in the tool. You can make them smaller. And just a note, on the angular ones, the triangular shaped cavities, if you don't make it exactly the size of the cavities, you might come up with some very nice rounded edges on the triangle that you find you might like. So I'm heating again and just going to give it one last press in there, and it's ready for decoration. So that's all I wanted to show you for today, how to use the tool. It takes a little bit of practice, but I think before long you'll be using it very easily. All right, have fun.